Hi everybody, I'm Robin from Talks from the Heart. Well, in this video, I'm going to doodle with my fountain pen, and I'm going to answer a couple of fountain pen questions that I got on my Q&A post. If you're ever curious what's going on, I do community page posts, so always check that out. You can just go to my channel and then click on the community tab and you'll see everything. It just keeps you in the know of any announcements or anything that I'm doing. So right now I'm taking washi tape and creating a frame and, excuse me, and I'm rubbing it on my skin to kind of decrease the stickiness of the washi tape so that when I go to pull it off at the end, it doesn't pull up the paper or stick to the paper. I am in a Breeze notebook from Taroko Shop, which is the Tomoe River paper. You know, I got to be honest, that's one of my favorite papers, and this is my A5 that I use for doodling, writing poems, the recent, my currently inked, all the things. It's just kind of a commonplace for stuff like that. Not so much a swatch book, but more of just a place for me to be creative. So Nusha at Ferociousprettypens just posted, oh, and maybe I should tell you this. I'm using an Eco, oh my goodness, a TWSBI ECO fountain pen with a 1.1 stub nib. I'm using Diamine ink in the color Amber, and that's my happy rag that I'll use to wipe off the nib. And I'm kind of showing you guys how the demonstrator fills because that will be relevant to one of the questions that I'm going to answer from the Q&A. So, I'm going to test this out, by the way. Get your nib going before you start your little art project. Okay, so I can thank officially Nusha at Ferociousprettypens. I already forgot if I mentioned it, but she is solely responsible for this design and for teaching it on her YouTube channel. And if I didn't say it already, again, can't remember. Didn't take my fish oil today, you guys. She puts out such witty, funny videos and informative too. So I say check out her channel. You will not be disappointed. Okay, so let's get into the questions because I think the design is pretty self-explanatory. And plus, I will link her video below where I learned this. Okay, I have 3 fountain pen questions. And if I run out of, because this is the second or third time I've tried to do this voiceover. If I run out of things to say, I'm just going to put some really fun music on because I just think that's more productive than me rambling. Okay. The first question is, let's touch on the first question from Marimar Diaz. And she says, how quickly do you go through the ink in your fountain pens? Well, this is a really loaded question, and the reason why is there's no direct answer. When I first started in fountain pens, I am such a type A personality that I was like, I wanted to know all of the direct answers, and I just wanted somebody to tell me the pen to buy, the nib size, and what kind of ink. And I get it now that I'm more into fountain pens than I've ever been before because there is no direct answer to any of that. So I 100% understand. So this is also, because of this question from Marimar, I decided to use the TWSBI ECO because it's a demonstrator pen, which means, remember, I know just enough to be dangerous, but it means that you can see the ink in the barrel. Okay, and it's also a 1.1 stib. Oh my goodness. It's a 1.1 stub nib. And Nusha explains in her video how a wider nib is more fun when you're doing this type of design. And I have to, since I've done a number of them now, I have to agree with her on that. Excuse me. So this is going to hold more ink. It's going to lay down more ink, And so let me get back to the question, how quickly do you go through the ink in your fountain pens? It really depends on the size of the pen, if it's a demonstrator. It depends on the size of the converter, or let me say the pen and the converter, because you can have a pocket-sized pen that has a small converter and write with it nonstop and have to be able to refill it more frequently. Nib size is a huge factor. Like I said, extra fine nib is going to lay down way less ink than a broad nib. And so there's just so many variables. I bought an italic stub nib from eBay, and it was a vintage pen, and that sucker bleeds ink so badly that I journal in my B6 and it only lasts like 2.5 pages. So again, there's just so many variables. And you'll see at the end of this video that after I've doodled this whole page, I still have a lot of ink left in the pen. So I just really think that use the pen that you like, use the nib that you like, and don't worry about the ink and how often you'd have to refill it. I don't know. That's probably my advice. Okay, so let's go to the next question. There's 3 questions total. So the second question is from Victoria T, and it says, what fountain pen would you recommend for someone who really just wants to use it for fun, pretty, unique inks? Okay, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I say go for the TWSBI ECO, a broad nib, or any broad nibs in the TWSBI line. I recently purchased Pre-Loved from Jason at Wasky Squirrel, a TWSBI Diamine 580 AL. Now, the AL means that when you see ALR, it means it has the little ridges by the grip section. And I like the ALs because they don't have those little ribs by the grip section. So this was kind of one that I wanted to add to my collection, and it was a broad nib, and I really like it. And I've used it with doodling this pattern, and it works fabulous, and I love that pen. So I say TWSBI ECO because it has a demonstrator barrel so you can see the ink, and it writes, and then with the broad nib it writes fat so you can see the ink also when you write it, when you write with it. I'm getting tired, you guys. Okay, so the other thing is with demonstrator barrels that you can see through, so something clear like what I'm using. I don't traditionally buy shimmer inks or anything with like glitter in it. I loathe glitter. I really do, you guys. And so it's not really something that I gravitate towards. But if I was to have ink like that, then it would be this kind of pen. All right, let's go to the last question. And it's from Penny Sue. And it says, what got you interested in fountain pens? And also she has a new Smash book and she's excited to start using that. I used to have a Smash book and they are so much fun. But let's stick to the fountain pen part of the question. And I would have to say that my earliest recollections of what got me interested in fountain pens was Alicia at Adventure Denali. When she pulled out her white TWSBI ECO, that was it. I was a goner. I needed one and I wanted one and I got one. And then the rest is history. And I always just, I don't know. I try now to be very careful not to get sucked in by the barrel or the look of the pen, because some of those ones that are super expensive, I would be broke, you guys. And like sometimes I'll go on Instagram and I'll click on a pen picture and I'll be like, oh, that's so pretty. And then I'm like, I click on it and it's like $1,400. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Meaning that's me. Okay. But when Alicia pulled out the white TWSBI ECO, I was a goner, and it's a great price. It ranges from $30 to $35. I don't know. I bought mine 3 years ago, so I don't know what they cost now. And you know what? I can link them below. I will link them below because pretty much all of my Ecos I've gotten through Amazon, and they come in a lot of beautiful colors, which is horrible for my collection obsession because I have like six of them because I really wanted to get into having the caps match the ink, but I'm over that now. And so I really don't want any more TWSBI ECOs because I have plenty. But Sarah Martinez on YouTube, and I'm twisting the barrel there to just pop some more ink down into the feed because I am using the ink so quickly. Sarah Martinez on YouTube, she actually was solely responsible for getting me into wanting more vintage fountain pens. And she's given me some really good advice. And so, and then her and I, she got into them first, and then I got into them after her because, you know, I want to be like Sarah. No, I'm just kidding. She's probably going, oh my God, big eye roll, Robin. But that's mostly what got me into those two people, and then YouTube. You guys, YouTube is so amazing. There are so many beautiful sharing fountain pen people out there that just love the hobby, love sharing what they know, and I just think that's amazing. And I found that even in the planner community, there's a lot of people in the planner community. So, you know, just check out YouTube. You know, I found Wasky Squirrel by just doing fountain pen storage, and I popped his very first video. So, yeah, I just think that it's just an amazing place to get information, and especially if you're getting into the fountain pen community and you're not sure what to buy or what to pay for it or what are the best inks and all the things. So, you guys, that is the last of the fountain pen questions. And I do have 2 more questions from the Q&A, but I have to save it because I have another video planned. And you can see how beautiful this pattern is and how easy it is and how fun it is. Oh my goodness. I've made like 4 of these, and I've just been having the best time. So I'm excited for Nusha to put out her next video. No peer pressure or anything, Nusha, but I'm ready for a new pattern. I actually asked her on Instagram yesterday. I'm like, when are you going to put out another pattern? And she sent me a link to Instagram, or not Instagram, to Pinterest, and just said, check these out. And I'm like, all right. So I think I'm going to stop now and just put on some music and let you guys enjoy seeing the rest of this creation. And also, I want to add too that this ink came out on the Cosmo Air light paper. It came out yellow, and I don't know, what do you guys think? I think that looks orange. And yeah, so all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed my answers. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and always enjoy today. Bye, everybody.